Welcome to a quick sharp review of Justice, the Deluxe Edition by Jim Kruger, Alex Ross and Doug Braithwaite. I'm going to be talking a bit about the structure of the physical release. I'm going to be talking about the story and the contents inside, and then I'm going to be talking about what music I'd recommend listening to while reading it. So this is the Deluxe Edition of Justice. I got it for an incredibly good deal from Amazon. It just showed up as $40 Australian. One day for some reason. It usually goes for 80 or more, so I was pretty wrapped with that purchase. It's a hardcover with slipcase, I always forget, dust cover, I should say. This is the size of sort of a normal DC comic, so just slightly larger than that, and obviously in hardcover. Really nice Alex Ross and Doug Braithwaite artwork. I think Doug Braithwaite worked on the covers as well. And then opening up, taking off, I'll just take off the slipcase and look at this artwork, man. It's unreal. Fold that out. Holy hell. Every time I see Alex Ross's artwork, it's just like, I'm lost for words, man. Inside of the cover here, and inside there, I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. Like, come on. Paper quality is sort of like thick, glossy, excellent paper quality. So Justice, if you haven't read it, is a 12-part series. It harkens back to sort of the Silver Age of the DC heroes. And it's very much like a Silver Age type of story. There's all like the super friends who are banding together to fight sort of legion of villains. Kind of interesting in the general premise of it, where the villains have all have a recurring dream where they see the end of the world and the Justice League dying, and they basically decide to save the world themselves, and say that humanity shouldn't be counting on the Justice League to save them because they've had this premonition that one day they'll fail. I thought that was a really pretty interesting concept. The rest of the story doesn't really play with that concept that much. It honestly ends up being more so I think a simplistic story of like the good guys versus the bad guys. There is a few surprising sort of shocking things that happen to some of the heroes, but they're retconned pretty quickly. In terms of story, and Alex Ross books, I would say Kingdom Come is a much more captivating story for me personally. I know some people like Justice more. I mean, the artwork is incredible in both. In this one, Doug Braithwaite actually drew the pencils for it, and then Alex Ross painted over them, which I don't think he'd done prior to this. But the effect is really good, and I mean, Doug Braithwaite's an amazing artist as well. But it's really that Alex Ross paint that you get captivated by in a lot of these images. There are some interesting things that are happening within this. The sort of Green Lantern story is quite interesting, and him sort of getting lost in space and trying to... Sorry, I'm going to spoiler territory now, but him getting lost in space and then having to try to find his way back, but containing himself within his ring to create a little universe for himself. I thought that was kind of interesting. Brainiac is depicted really amazingly here. Brainiac, out of interest, I just think he's an interesting villain with a terrible name that can't really be taken seriously. And then in the back of this release, we've got some of the original artworks, and we've got a couple of interviews here, and just some of the designs, early designs. Some of the character designs that Alex Ross did in these are amazing, with all these armors. I'd recommend listening to... I listened to a compilation of the DC Animated Universe movies, soundtracks. I thought that really played well to this whole sort of Super Friends theme, and sort of generic sort of heroic music, but it all fit really well. I've heard that this book gets better with multiple rereads. It is a fairly long book, so I mean, you get a lot of money's worth for all this amazing artwork. The Wonder Woman story, I think, is pretty interesting in this as well, and the stuff they do with her. This is Wonder Woman made out of clay. It's really harkening back to those old days. So I definitely recommend picking it up if you're a fan of Alex Ross's artwork, if you're a fan of DC Comics or the Silver Age, or you just want some amazing sort of stuff to look at, pick up off the shelf and flick through. This is a must buy. Anyway, let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.